What up, though, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Chopping It Up with Uncle Chon True-Stories. Today is a special edition because not only is it Easter, but I have a live audience. I have a house full of people. Right. Okay, I'm gonna get right into the story. My last video, I stopped off where I was in the car with my two cousins, Baron and Jonathan, on the way going to Decatur, Alabama from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm gonna pick it up from there. Okay, so we get in the car and the first stop that we have to make is at the gas station. So we stop at the gas station and I'm driving because my aunt gave me the keys and told me that I was the only person that could drive the car. So I get out of the car to go pay for the gas. My cousin Baron slips me a few dollars for gas. Now I'm supposed to go into the gas station and get beer and gas. So I leave the keys in the ignition and I go into the gas station. And I get the beer and I pay for the gas. And when I come back out, nobody's outside of the car to pump the gas. Well, my cousin Jonathan, he done jumped behind the wheel. And I'm like, hey man, get out the car. Auntie said I'm the only person supposed to drive. Get in the car. With that New York accent. Get your ass in the car. So I'm like, man, and I'm still pumping the gas. I'm like, man, get out the car, man. Auntie said for me to drive the car. Look here. With this. Get your young punk ass in the car. Hurry up. All right, look, I don't want to fight. I'm going to go ahead and let him drive. So I get in the passenger seat and we get in the car. Now, if you remember from the last video, I told you that this guy probably ain't never had no license. And first thing he does when he puts the car in gear, like he always does, straight to the floor. So we in the car. We pull off. He leaning all over to the side, cigarette in one hand, hand on the wheel, and we flying down the highway. Woo! Just flying. I don't know about Baron in the back seat, but I'm scared to death. Not only is he driving and smoking, but he's popping beers. Yeah, he's drinking and driving. Literally drinking and driving. And we get from Birmingham to Decatur, which is about, I think it's 60 miles. And we did it in about 35 minutes. And when we get there, I'm just through. I'm like, man, and he's the whole way. You better shut up. All that. Okay. Now, he was quite a bit older than me, but I could have easily done something to him that he wouldn't have liked. But I respect my elders. So I let it slide. So we meet up and we go, at the time, my cousin Vic had his own little apartment. So we go over to Vic's apartment and we got there pretty late. So we sat there and we drank beer and talked and we all went to sleep. We wake up the next morning, we get up, everybody cleans themselves up. We go over my Uncle Lee's house and we chill out with him for a while. So later on in the night, we decide, well, Vic's gonna take us out. Now we're in Decatur, Alabama, so out, we don't know what out is. So he's basically finna take us to this juke joint in the middle of the woods. Now this is where the story gets interesting. So we get in the car and it's about, I'm gonna say 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And we let Vic drive because we don't know where we're going. So Vic drives us into this dirt road and then we turn off and look like we go through a cornfield. And when we get to the end of this cornfield, there's a clearing and there's nothing there but this old house. And there's a bunch of cars parked in the cornfield. and it's a juke joint in the middle of the woods. And we all looking like, Vic, where you got us? Oh man, it's okay. This is cool. Okay, all right. So we get out the car. Now I'm with it's four of us. Me, Baron, Jonathan, and Vic. Now, at the time, we were all big drinkers. Okay? You know, I could drink a lot. Baron and Jonathan could drink a lot. Vic could drink a lot. So the first thing we do is, because this is a bootlegger's house, is we go in and, you know, we walk in and you see there's people dancing. There's, you know, people standing around talking. And then there's this really old man who obviously he's running the joint. So Baron walks up to the old man. It's like, hey, we want to buy some beer. And the old man's like, okay, $1 a can. Now this, you know, this back in the day was $1 per can. So he pulls out $50 and says, give me 50 cans. The old man looks at him and he's like, no, I can't sell you that much. He's like, what are you talking about? You can't sell me that much. You said $1 a can. Here's $50. Give me 50 cans of beer. I can't sell you that much. I can give you 20 cans of beer. I'm like, Baron, just get the 20 cans of beer. So he gives us 20 cans of Budweiser in 2 brown paper bags. So we go out on the porch with the beer, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, the beer did not last very long at all. The beer maybe lasted 25 minutes because we were all popping cans like they was going out of style. And then these guys are trying to hook up with these girls, these country girls there. So they giving them beer, and that's all the girls really want is the beer and whatever they can get. So we up in there and we having a good time, and we drink the beer, and Baron and Jonathan, they out on the dance floor doing their little two-step with their can in their hand with the little country girls. They having a good time. Me and Vic, we standing around just looking and talking. So after we drank up all the beer, now they only sold 3 kinds of beer at this juke joint. They had Budweiser, Miller, and Heineken. So we had bought 20 cans of Budweiser. We drank those up. So then Baron's like, look, we're going to need some more beer because when we leave, we're going to, you know, the store's closed. We're going to need some beer. So he goes up to the old man again. And it's like, look, let me get 50 cans of or bottles of Heineken. And the old man, look at him, and he didn't got mad. Now the old man like, look here, motherfucker. Didn't I tell you I can't sell you that much? He was like, well, aren't you selling beer? Yeah, but I told you I can't sell you that much. You trying to put me out of business. Baron's like, he goes over there, he talking to Jonathan. Now, remember, these the 2 New York guys. They weirdo. They don't understand no, because they got, you know, they can pay for it. So now they both go over there. Here goes Jonathan with that cigarette in his hand. Look here, old man. We trying to buy some beer. You sell beer. What's the problem? What's the fucking problem? Okay, now, we're the strangers here. Everybody else in here knows each other. They don't know us. So now, as they're getting loud, me and Vic, we stand over to the side. We looking, and everybody's attention is on us. So I'm like nudging Vic like, yo, man, I think it's time to go. Because these people are looking like they not enjoying what we talking about here. And Vic's like, it'll be all right. It'll be all right, man. It's cool. I'm like, no, it ain't. So as we're standing there and these 2 are arguing with this old man, another younger man comes up and like, what's the problem? Ain't nobody talking to you. Who the fuck are you? I'm like, oh, nah, why'd he do that? So now the old man stands up on a cane, and you could clearly see that he got something in his pocket. And I'm looking and I'm like, yo, it's time to go. And the old man was like, he said he down for 2 minutes.
Okay.
I done got clock. He got 2 minutes.
Okay, you can clock.
Okay. So the old man is like, hey, it's time for y'all to leave. And everybody in the place starts like walking towards us. So they're kind of walking us out the building. Like, you know, they ain't nobody put their hands on us and ain't nobody else said nothing, but they walking us and we kind of backing all up out the building. So we get outside and we just standing outside and it's like these Baron and Jonathan, they don't want to leave yet for some reason. They think that this man just got to sell them some beer. So they out there arguing and stuff, and they had gave a couple of these females some beer. So one of the females was drinking a beer that one of them had gave them, and she's like, I can't stand when these niggas from up north come down here and start talking. They got them accents and they think they run everything and just starts, you know. So Jonathan goes over there and like, who you talking to, bitch? And slaps the beer out of her hand. So now when he does that, here comes 6 guys coming off the porch. I turn around and look at Vic. I'm like, Vic, go pop the trunk. Okay. Vic goes and pops the trunk and he got this big 357 Black Hawk that my homeboy had sold him. And I told him don't sell Vic that gun. But anyway, he comes out the trunk with this 357. He tucks it down in his pants, but it's sticking, you know, this is a big gun. This is one of them Dirty Harrys with the long barrel. So Vic sticks it down in his shorts or whatever, and they are all telling us we got to go. And I'm ready to go. So I'm like, who got the keys? Now Vic got the keys. I'm like, Vic, give me the keys. He like, nah, we not gonna run. We ain't finna run. I'm like, Vic, it's about 30 dudes over there and they want us to go. Now you think you know, I'm like, we got to go. So one of the girls comes up and starts pointing her finger in Jonathan's face for knocking the beer out the other girl's hand. Who the hell do you think you are? We'll mess you up out here. You guys from up north, y'all always thinking. So now I come out my pocket with my little 380. I cock it. They all step back. The old man comes off the porch like, okay, y'all want to do that? Y'all want to do that? I'm like, no, we don't. I'm like, we just want to go. Well, I told y'all to leave. Now you got 3 minutes to leave. And he looks around and these guys come out the house with these shotguns. Yeah, they came out with shotguns. I said, Vic, drive us out of here. So Vic turns around, starts walking towards the car, pulls out the 357, shoots in the air. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody starts running. We jump in the car. We wheel out, we going through this cornfield, running over corn and ducking down and then you hear boom, 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 and they shooting and we running and we get up out of there and we hit the main street, and when we hit the main street, the car do like a 360, and we catch control and everybody in the car hollering, oh, and we get up out of there and we drive and I'm like, Vic, take us back to Uncle Lee's house. No, y'all can stay at my house. No, we don't want to stay at your house. Let's go to Uncle Lee's house. And we drive to Uncle Lee's house, and we make it there, and we tell Uncle Lee what happened, and he cussed us out and told us we could have got killed. And that's the end of the story. Thank you. And if you enjoyed this story, like, share, subscribe. Thank you.